Yo, what's good? It's your bro Lo, and I'm bringing you guys another saucy trading video. So I haven't went over any charts yet. You know what I mean? So let's get on with this weekly outlook, and I hope you guys had a good weekend. And hey, man, I'm trying to eat this week, so let's get started. All right, so let's start off with DXY. Man, last week was crazy, man. All this war and shit got everything going crazy, bro. Like a lot of volume. But yeah, looking at the daily on DXY, we just took out buy side liquidity right here. Well, the old high, which every old high and every old low is buy side liquidity, right? So we took that out, right? And then look at this sharp rejection. Let's look at the weekly. I was looking for it to possibly get up above this high. But looking at this rejection, what we could do is we could rebalance all of this because this is all imbalance. It's such an imbalance move. So the next weekly candle could rebalance all of this. I don't necessarily think it might push down completely from here. I just think we just took out some buy side liquidity pool. We're coming back into a discount, and we may push back up. Especially with what everything is going on. You know what I mean? Like USD should be strong, because there's a lot of fear in the market, even though it was some good news, and that's why you got this sharp rejection from after it took out this buy side liquidity. You had some good news with Biden, talking about he not gonna send troops or none of that. So that was some good news for like stocks and stuff. US 30, and the dollar fell after it took out this buy side liquidity pool. But I think we're just gonna maybe possibly rebalance. We do have some sell side liquidity right here, and we might continue up. You have this imbalance here, so we'll see what happens. Yo, my fault, guys. I had to pause the recording real quick. I can't remember where I was because I left for like 2 hours. I think I was at where maybe something about this imbalance, and maybe being bullish after we run. Yeah, that's probably what it was. So yeah, I think after we run into this imbalance, this fair value gap, we could possibly see some type of bullish displacement. I don't know. We do have liquidity to the downside. Could be left for later, and we could keep seeking buy side objectives. So we'll see what happens once DXY comes into here. I don't really trade fair value gaps like that, like just by themselves. I need some type of PDRA. I mean, you do have this old high right here, but just looking at the rejection from this high, I mean, we could be bearish. We could go back bearish, and we could aim for this sell side liquidity, to be honest with you. Even though the weekly did this sharp rejection, it could rebalance some of that and then maybe move lower. I don't know, bro. I have no idea, to be honest with you. Yeah, we'll see what happens. You do have a little bit of fair value gap still left inside of here. We could run this high, and we could even possibly move lower after we come and rebalance some of that rejection. You have this gap right here as well, and then you have sell side liquidity. I mean, we could be bearish on the dollar depending on what happens, but like I said, with fear and greed in the market, you know what I mean, more news can come out, even though price is predetermined, but with certain news, like how when the news came out about the war, gold had shot up, and that's something that gold would do. You know what I mean? It's a safe haven, just like US dollar shot up. You know what I mean? So like they might have areas where they predetermine where they want to push price at, and when like certain fundamentals happen, you know what I'm saying, like interest rate decisions or whatever, they move price to those areas a lot quicker. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. Let's look at AU. So AU ran this buy side liquidity. I was trying to get sells, bro, right here before it even did this full dump. I was trying to get sells up here. I think it can still possibly, just possibly, sell off from here and then continue down. I think it still can do that once price comes into this bearish order block. So I'm gonna wait for some confirmation right after it comes into this fair value gap in these 2 consecutive up close candles, and see what happens inside of that area, and possibly take sales. I think it could sell off from there, to be honest with you. But if DXY is depending on what DXY does, if it's bearish or bullish, that'll make me probably make me change my mind on what I want to do. So we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, and aim for this sell side liquidity pool right here. Let's do EU. EU right now, we're inside of this daily order block with these annotated by these 2 horizontal lines right here. I think even though we took it out, right, this is still valid. This is still a valid order block because the bulk of the volume never closed below this old low. We're pushing up right now, filling in some of this imbalance right here, and then we do have old highs, buy side liquidity pools right above it. You can see there was a break and retest right here, so people have their buy stops and stop losses right there. So that could be like a liquidity target, and then you do have this high resistance high right here. So we'll see what happens. Like if you look at the daily, you can see how the daily never closed below, and we're pushing up. So we could start aiming for this internal liquidity and maybe get to the external liquidity, maybe move higher. You never know what might could happen. You know what I mean? You do have this order block right here that price could get some type of rejection off of to maybe move lower and rebalance this and maybe move higher, or it could leave this fair value gap and just continue up. If price does come lower inside of this fair value gap, yeah, I might be a little interested. This does look like a balanced price range though, so we could just tap into that and then move higher, and then you have all this little build up right here, this little choppiness that could get knocked out, and then we could push up from there. USD Cad, I wanted to possibly sell from up here somewhere. If you look at USD Cad right now, we are moving lower. Inside of this wick, it's an order block. I think we could take out these lows and maybe get some type of rejection. So like inside of this wick right here, or we could just completely take out all of this and move lower, and then maybe we could go higher, maybe, but there's no fair value gap inside of here, so I don't like it like that. We did run out this high right here, and that was my target for USD Cad, and we pushed into this this imbalance. So I think we might upset all of this whole thing, but it might be some type of reaction inside of there. If you go to the daily time frame, yeah, you can see, look at this move, bro. Look at this move. So we could take out this whole low, to be honest. The next daily candle could come up just a little bit, create a Judas swing, and then maybe move lower, or it could create a Judas swing down and then move higher. I don't know, bro. Like it's not looking too bullish when I'm looking at it on this relative time frame. It's not looking too bullish. It's looking pretty bearish, and I don't like this area as much. And there go that new daily candle right there, it just open. Yeah, I think, but I still think we could get some type of rejection right here. I don't want to necessarily like put a buy limit and try to buy this move right here. Yeah, I don't know if I really want to buy this move here, but we could possibly get by. So I might wait for what price might do if after it takes out this low right here. Yeah, I think I'm like that. Angela likes that, you know what I mean? So yeah, we'll see what happens after we take this low out. Let's go to GJ. So we have this bearish order block right here that price could come into. You can see how we ran out this old high, came lower. We didn't necessarily run out this high like I thought we would, and we came lower. I think this is like a dealing range that I'm kind of working with it. Well, this from this high to this low. This is like, oh well, you could use this high to this low. But the thing is, it came all the way down here to this to a discount. So maybe I think we might take out these two highs and then maybe drop lower. That's a bit of a stretch coming all the way up. Whoa, coming all the way up here. Coming to y'all see that open? Coming all the way up here. So maybe we run out this high here, use that as internal liquidity to pair with this sell right here, and to maybe run lower, because I think we could come lower. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, so like, yeah, I think the daily might rebalance this fair value gap, and then maybe tap into there if it could reach up into there, and then maybe start running towards this low. That's something that it could do. Yeah, I think this low could be the draw on liquidity. Let's go to GU. All right. Let me clear this out. All right, so GU, I think this low is the draw on liquidity. I don't know if this low is gonna hold because you do have this low right here and this low, so this might be low resistance liquidity that price could take out, and then come into this order block right here and then push higher. So sell stops would get activated here. Sellers would try to get in the market right here, and we come into this fair value gap, rebalance this, come into this order block, and then move on up. So it'll look something like this. So activate sell stops and then fill in some of this fair value gap. I didn't draw it low enough, but like fill in some of this fair value gap, and then we move higher and maybe create like a buy model, moving up into this internal liquidity right there. It might be some type of rejection inside of here to maybe move lower, but if the daily is, well, if this relative time frame, higher time frame, is relatively bullish, then it's gonna run that, you know what I mean, and get up into that external liquidity from this high, well, this low to this high. This would be external liquidity. All right, so that's something to look for. This draw, higher time frame right now as a draw for it to reach down into the sell side liquidity pool. And then once we get below that low, I'm not gonna call tops, or I'm not gonna call bottoms, you know what I mean. It's gonna have to show me what it's gonna try to do, and you know, I'll make a decision once certain things happen. All right, let's go to S&P. So S&P is, you do have this fair value gap right here that price could push up into. We came and ran out this daily, yeah, this daily low, and after we ran that out, I thought we could possibly move lower, but just looking at the reaction and the speed that price gave, we're bullish. You know what I'm saying? I was paying attention to this area for some possible sells, but it didn't give me no type of confirmation. But I do think we can move higher. Yeah, I do think we can move higher. I want to see some type of sell side liquidity get taken, not on this relative time frame, maybe just a fair value gap to be rebalanced. You do have this these consecutive up candles right here before this full down. Well, you do have this is like the bulkiest one before this down move, so we could have some type of reaction inside of here, rebalance, and then move higher, most likely. And then you do have this order block here. You do have these lows right here. I don't expect those to hold. I do expect this order block to possibly hold. I mean it could. It's no fair value gap inside along with this order block besides on that hourly time frame. But if you go to like the 30-minute, 15-minute, it's really no fair value gaps inside of here, inside of this whole range. So I don't like that as much. I probably will wait for it to run this low and come into this range right here. So these two consecutive up candles before this down move, that's a full breaker basically of this move, and this whole move, these consecutive down moves will be like a order block right here. So we could run, we could run this low as well, but since the fair value gap is right here along with this high, I only expect us to play off this fair value gap. So that's the move for me right now. I mean, depending on what happens on the hourly time frame, if we do come into this order block and fill in this, I would like to see some type of hourly confirmation, to be honest, because you do, like I said, you do have this whole up candle right here to play around with, and we did come and reaccumulate inside of this up candle right here if you drag it out to the right. So it could be something inside of here. So we'll see what happens right here or right here below this old low. It's favorable for buys for me. So we'll see what happens with that. US 100, I was looking for buys to get up into these highs right here, this high, but I didn't get it. I was looking for a really good entry for it to take out this low, because that's what I thought it was going to do. It probably wicked it just a little bit. No, I didn't at all. It didn't at all. I was looking for it to take out this low and maybe come into it. It didn't have to necessarily come in here. I was going to get a refined entry if it did take out this low and start offering if it started like doing like a shift in delivery, I would have got in. But you can see like this was my buy limit right here. It never came into there, and it just flew. It just flew. It came into the open of this order block, these two consecutive down candles right here. And that was an entry is in itself, just coming into that. But I wanted to see this low get taken out, and it didn't give that. It didn't give that. This also did give a buy model when I was looking at it on a lower time frame. So let's go ahead and show the buy model real quick. So this is I would have loved to see this if it would have took out this low. I would have loved to see this. So you can see that we came into that order block right over here, those consecutive down candles, right? It didn't have to take out this low completely. It just came back to retest that order block. And then you can see right here, okay, this is your smart money reversal, okay? Actually, whenever I have a buy model, I'm looking for the original consolidation. It's not really much of an original consolidation besides these up here, but this would be your drawn liquidity, right? Your original consolidation, okay? You have your smart money reversal right here, okay? This would be your low risk buy right here, and then you have your reaccumulation right here, and then your reaccumulation right here to get up into the buy side liquidity pool. Okay, so that it offered a buy model right there, and if you look at it right here, you can see that low risk buy right here, reaccumulation, okay, right inside of that up candle, okay, this up candle, this up move, and these consecutive down moves right here, right into the order block. You see how the order block holds price right here. We came up, all right, we created more order blocks right here, all right, more order blocks, two consecutive down close candles, which creates an order block. You expect that to hold, right? And then you can see that they reaccumulated inside of here, this up candle right here, and this up candle here. So you would draw this out in time. You can see that there's a fair value gap right here. It came down, didn't come into the wick. So I would have expected it to at least like maybe tap into the wick for like an entry, and then reaccumulate it and pushed up into the buy side liquidity pool. So there's a buy model right there. But yeah, I was looking for buys inside of there. What do I expect right now? I expect us to possibly keep pushing up and attacking all the sellers that have been in this move, right? So you have this buy side liquidity pool right here, along with a fair value gap. Also up here, you have this area right here that can possibly run. So yeah, we'll see what happens. If I'm bullish, right, I want to see some type of sell side liquid. Since this model is completed, right, you have all this right here. So I expect these lows to be ran, maybe come into this fair value gap, these two consecutive down close candles, because the fair value gap lines up with it. So let me go ahead and draw that out. it did kind of come into this low already. So I'm gonna just draw this imbalance. All right, so there's the imbalance right there, and we can come into this imbalance and then maybe push up. We'll see what happens. That buy limit is going. Oh, you know, we could come. Hey, I wouldn't doubt it, right? I wouldn't doubt it. We could come and upset all of this right here, and these two lows right here. These two lows built up, come back into this, and then push out. That could happen. You know what I mean? It could happen. Let me make sure I'm still recording, bro. All right, yeah, that could happen. You know what I mean? So I'm not leaving that off the table. But this is what's first on the menu for me, and we'll see what happens. US30 and bullish on US32. I don't know. I don't have like an exact area. I didn't look at this yet, but you can see this old high right here, along with this up candle. It could be some type of resistance, inside of there, right? Could be some type of resistance, short-term sales, maybe to come to rebalance something, and then we could continue up. Yeah, so I might look for some short-term sells in this range. Yep, so we'll see what happens with that. Let's finish off with gold, and then we'll call it a nice little weekly outlook. All right, so let's go to the 4 hour. All right, the 4 hour, we did run out this old low, and you can see this rejection, right? We came right into this breaker of this down move, right? In context of liquidity being taken out, I think we could come higher, right? And then maybe we could sell off again. Like I said, because of like with everything that's going on, I don't have a clear answer on where price is going on some pairs. You know what I mean? It's not super clear. I think we could come and run this low maybe one more time, and then we maybe even come into this imbalance, and then we could possibly it could possibly offer some buys that maybe continue back up. If there's a lot of news that keeps coming out with war and stuff and causing more fear, then you can expect gold to move up even more, right? And in context of it moving up and being bullish, it may take out this high and just run through any type of sell idea. You know what I mean? So you got to be really careful. It could be some, a black swan event can happen at any time. You know what I mean? So you guys got to really be careful in this type of environment of, this volatility. And, some type of news can just come out and, things can just go to shit. You know what I mean? So I hope you guys be careful, and I hope you guys enjoy your week and have a really good trading week. You guys will see me in the Telegram. I'll try to be as active as I can. You know what I mean? The reason why I don't be as active is because when my setup's not there, I don't do nothing. I really don't do nothing. So there's no point in me really posting like that. You know what I mean? So if you guys see me, you'll see me. You know what I mean? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Share if you want to, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. I'm out, bruh.